we'll be over here on YouTube now. So, yes, Noah Answorth, he is, mate. He is out for the season, unfortunately. But, we'll be over at YouTube as well. So, we'll be on YouTube probably till about 9 o'clock. So, if you want to see Billy, no worries, mate. Noah, Cameron makes me a bit nervous. I prefer Pickett or Petrarca, but definitely up to you, mate. So, feel free to jump over to YouTube. We'll continue on with a few of your questions there. And I have my preview on, we'll have my trades on Thursday. Maybe do a bit of a preview to the round. But, I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers for all the questions. Good evening, YouTube. How are we? What is going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. Give me 1 sec. Shorty is running a slight cold, so just, bear with me if I've got to blow me damn nose. All righty, let's get stuck into it. Hey, what a crazy week. There's just carnage bloody everywhere, mate. Carnage everywhere. And what's going on? Oh, I've got me bloody headphones behind me, mate. It's just all happening. Our heartbeat's true. Thoughts on Stewart being a spare man behind the ball? I feel like we answered that one in the TikTok, mate. But the Cats love to free him up, mate. They love to free him up. And he's been much better this last few weeks. Jack, what's going on? Look what we have here. The nicest guy on YouTube. Hope you're well, legend. You too, mate. Great to see you. With Cherry making his UFC debut, I'm sending it with cash in the bank to Grundy. His run home is too good to miss. Crazy run home, isn't it? And it starts with the Cherryless North Melbourne. So it is going to be crazy. It is just a nightmare season. Just a nightmare season. Yeah, look, I don't know if he's dirty, but look, it was not great. Very, very out of character for him, I feel. Jake, don't forget to close the cupboard door. Do you have a joke for us? Plus, Shorty, keep up the good work. You sexy, sexy man. Do I have a joke for you? I don't know if I do. I keep forgetting to do my research, mate, but geez, I'm gonna have to let me put it in my notes. What have we got up next? Deadly's Real Daddy. What a name. Cherry knocks him out, Shorty knocks him over. Oh, that's hectic. Where's the rookie coach, mate? Yeah, look, we got to team up with him soon, actually. I was thinking about tomorrow. I've actually got to message him. I've had a dinner come up, which is, we were going to team up. So maybe Friday, if not soon. Hawksy, Snotty, what's going on, big fella? Take that Christmas hat off. This is the opposite to Christmas. The bloody Supercoach Grinch out and about stealing players from us. I know, mate. Shocking. It just kept coming, didn't it? It just kept coming. The carnage just piled on and piled on. It was just wild. So it was almost like we felt we'd had a bad season already. And then we were like, well, okay, it's been shocking, but hopefully we can have some fun with the last 7 or 8 weeks. And then it got worse and worse. Just outrageous. What's good, mate? How are you, Josh? Good to see you, bro. Going all right, mate. Just back from lawn. So I had a couple of nights just camping there. So it was very nice. Feeling a bit refreshed. Come back with a bit of a cold. It's pretty fresh overnight. So maybe that didn't help me too much. But Luke, hey, Shorty, how are we going? Dropped to 487. Not too bad. Had Bont as captain. So that was big. Plus just kept me in it, maybe. Good stuff, mate. Look, that's still pretty nicely placed because I think you'll have a lot of people. I don't know how many trades you got, mate, but we'll have a lot of people really fall through the floor with as much as this is carnage, right? There'll be some that have 0 or 1 trades and they'll be absolutely cooked. If you've got a few trades and you can handle this, you might actually be rewarded. It might actually be an advantage. Bazookia, howdy, Horty. How we doing? I'm well, mate. How are you? Good to see you. as always. Hawksy, were you just talking to your other lover? What the fuck? YouTube should be a priority. I know. Sometimes I see TikTok. I'm sorry. You guys I was thinking about you guys the whole time. Luke, g'day, Shorty. How are you? I'm pretty good, my friend. Got some breaking news. Me and Tizia 100 are set to make a debut for Essendon tomorrow night. Thought you were about to collab or something. No, good to see you, mate. How are you? I'll tell you what, the Bombers, just crazy, the injuries. Absolutely crazy, mate. Luke, Cherry to Grundy or Gawn. If I go Gawn, I could do McCarthy to Whitfield next week and wouldn't have to have McCarthy's D5. I'd definitely be going to Gawn. I think Gawn will match Grundy. And, well, maybe not match. Like, Grundy's in insane form. But that extra 170K, I just think, shows the advantage that it can do. And obviously, Rosie. A lot of people talking about Rosie on the TikTok as well. He's a hold for me. Horn Francis options, I kind of like Pickett. I do like I don't know if I like Petrarca, but he's an option for sure. Bazookia just going to bite the bullet and get Grundy and a 99K for Cherry will leave me with 140K for my last trade to eventually upgrade McCarthy. Nice, mate. I like it. McCarthy could prove to be a really handy defensive mid swing as well. If you do end up having to just cover him, it's not the worst. Amusement, what do you get when you combine the round 18 2025 Western Bulldogs with the round 18 2025 Geelong Cats? A below average football side, aka your SuperCoach team. He's come in and gone whack. Jesus, brutal for Amusement. Jack, I just feel like you keep getting sexier every week, mate. Mate, the sooner we can find Shorty himself a little Norwegian, I'll come over there and join you, mate. So I'll tell you what. Nah, mate, you're a legend. Always good to see you in the streams. One of the absolute YouTube VIPs is Jack, which, to be fair, if you are here in the doldrums of round 18, round 19, you're a VIP. We got a 30 on here. I'll tell you what, you guys are the MVPs of the channel. Grace, hey, Shorty. I had such a good start to the week with Joshy Dacos 198 and Dawson 157, but it had Bailey Smith as captain and Rosie injury. Now Horn Francis out, Cherry suspended, mate. Look, depending how many trades you've got, Cherry could be a hold. Like, he could be a hold. The thing is, of course we're going to ditch Martin, and of course we're going to ditch Horn Francis if he's out for the year, which sounds like he is. But at least Cherry, I know the easiest thing is to do to just trade him, but if you can, this is what the flex can provide us, right? You're still going to have 22 scorers. You'll just lose that safety net of the flex. And yeah, it'll be a bit of short-term pain, but it's not like you're copping a zero. In years gone by, it's like, oh, do we hold Cherry? Oh, I'm going to cop a zero. Of course not. The flex does allow us to hold him somewhat risk-free. So if you're really struggling for trades, he is holdable. But if you've got the trades, clearly you can move. Luke, but come on, Grundy's run could be historical, bro. I'm thinking double tons. Well, definitely, I mean, could be. Like, he's in insane form. I'm not going to... It's less about the run, and it's more about what can that 170K do for you elsewhere. If that can allow you to upgrade someone else to a premium, I'm definitely leaning there. Like, what have we got? We've obviously got North this week, no Cherry, then Briggs for the Giants, Essendon, Brisbane, Geelong, and West Coast. All right. Jesus Christ, that is a ridiculous run. What the hell? All right, maybe you could be right. Could be one. It could be a couple of 180s in there. Jesus Christ. Yanko, absolute carnage. I might do Houston cheap. I know. Bloody Houston, hey. Cherry in a movie. Cherry does Debbie. Yeah, it has just been like ridiculous. And isn't Houston such a strange one? Like, it's almost like he's gone to the Pies and just really struggled to find his feet. And then Josh Dacos has sort of stepped up as that main guy off half back. Like, we're talking about a fella who's averaged 106 back-to-back years, and he's now fallen to 82. Like his possessions would have dropped off like 7 or 8, I reckon. So he used to average 23 touches, and he's down to 17. Very interesting watch next preseason what Houston can do. Luke, what did you make of the Cats game on Saturday versus the Giants? Got to admit they were really good, but what did you think of the Cats Guernsey? I like the Guernsey. That's probably about all I liked from that afternoon. But yeah, I think we really do struggle against Brisbane and the Giants. I think whatever they're doing, they've kind of worked us out. So it's definitely up to us to try and find a way to counteract some of that, because unfortunately they have our measure. I'm still pretty confident with the Cats and confident about what Chris Scott can do. Still think we'll finish top 4, maybe top 2 with a very easy run home, but we're definitely going to have to iron out a few of those things against Brisbane and the Giants, because our record against the top 9 is 6-4, but the 4 losses have been to Brisbane and the Giants, which is very strange. So, amusement, Anderson Brownlow, Noel Smith, Premiership All-Australian captain. Going to be a great watch. Yeah, he's looking good, mate. He is looking very, very good. Luke, thoughts on Nick Martin, Shorty? It's beyond a crisis at the club. Oh, ridiculous. Like, obviously, there's some injuries that are just unlucky, but, I mean, the amount of injuries at Essendon, just going to have to be an overhaul. What are they doing? What is their conditioning program like? I've got no idea, mate, but it's not happening. I think it's lagging a bit tonight. Oof. Hope not, guys. Let me know if it is. But at least we got the mic and everything sorted today. That was a bloody nightmare recently. But we sounding okay? Is the speaker going all right? You let me know. Hopefully we're sounding okay. But what have I done here? Why have I gone all tiny? What is happening here? Oh, there we go. There we go. Can someone give me a little health check down the bottom in terms of how we're going with the audio and that type of thing? Mike, sounds good. Yeah, we'll take that. Thank you, bro. Oh, geez. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, Riley. Thank you. Legendary. Thanks very much. Appreciate that. We'll scroll back up to where we were. All right. Where were we? All right. Who to get for Cherry? Danger time trick shots. Look, I think the obvious answer would be Grundy, but I think Gawn, not a bad shout. Clearly, a lot would have him already. I think Darcy Cameron's in the mix. I really like the season he's put together. Of course, if it's head-to-head, yeah, of course you're going Grundy, but that extra cash, 170, 180K, what can that do for you? That's the question. You've got to look at your team from an overall perspective. Yeah, of course, Grundy, the form player of the comp, easy run, of course. But is it like if I go Grundy, then I can't upgrade someone else? Or if I go maybe Cameron or Gawn, does that mean I can get in, I don't know, Whitfield or an M9 or, you know what I mean? Like, could the overall importance or coverage in your team be better? But something to think about. Congrats, Luke McMahon, on debut. Yes, I saw that. Good to see. And he's just popped up in the stream. How good. Yeah. I couldn't remember his name either, mate. Of course, we know Lukey, but we couldn't remember the man who's debuting for the Bombers. But Logan, Nick Martin, ACL, season over. Liam McMahon, rookie forward. Tuke Miller at the Suns, hamstring 3 to 4. Errol Goulden. What's going on with Errol? He's just left us on tenterhooks there. He's just chucked Errol in there and hasn't added. I didn't think he was injured at all, but yes, we did. Yeah, so different to TikTok, mate. I'll just Just feel free to chuck in your comment once because I will get to it. But YouTube, I'll just go through them one at a time just to ensure I get to everyone. So it does take a little bit longer, but TikTok's a bit more like bang, bang, bang. If I see it, I say it. But we'll work our way through them. Jack, I feel for my boy Steve from SDS who finally brought in Cherry, but it was last week. No way. Jesus, I didn't see that. That is super rough, mate. Gosh. Jason, hey, shorty, the season is turning to rubbish. Absolutely. Traded Caldwell to Martin and then captained him. No way. I have Horn, France, and Cherry as well. I have one trade. I'm cooked. Oh, my goodness. There are a lot, like, it's not much help to you, but there's a lot of people saying that. There's a lot of people saying that. It is brutal as. Oh, goodness. Amusement, Captain Martin 15 this week and Darcy 16 early in the year. Both pod captains and knee injuries after 10 minutes. Mate, do not put your captain on anyone else that could possibly do a knee, bro. You're cursing these lads. Goodness me. Deadly's, hey, shorty, what level of thickness in a chat? At the risk of getting cancelled, we're going to steer clear away from any type of body image questions, guys. But I appreciate the laugh, though. It's good fun. Good fun. Graz, happy I held Dewar with Horn, Francis and Rosie. Yeah, good point. Dewar's been good, hasn't he, mate? Like, I held him as well, and he's going to make some handy cash and just be some nice coverage. Like, he's pretty solid for an 80 at the moment. Yanko Grundy, form won't last. 727 for a... Oh, Jesus, that's... Look, we can bag at the hairstyle, but we won't get into sexuality. But, yeah, look, I think with the run he's got coming home, I think it's every chance that, 140 plus average is unlikely, but gosh, the run home is outrageously good. Josh, guys, I think Danger Time wants to know to get him for Cherry. Yes, he's a little eager, but maybe just unaware that we just work our way through it. But hey, we appreciate the questions. We do. Hayden, hey, big man, ranked 78. Got 3 trades left before trades this week. Can I go safe with Cherry to Gawn or do Cherry to Grundy and Rosie to Houston? Yeah, right. Look, I'd rule out Houston and Flanders. Hold Rosie. It should be just 1 week. Given your rank 78, so many people are going to go Cherry to Grundy. But a lot of people in the top will already have Gawn. So I personally would go Gawn. So I would go Gawn, free up that cash, and then try and roll in. Maybe you can bring in Sicily at your D7 or if you are going to go one of those other, like try and go someone with some flexibility. But yeah, both Grundy and Gawn will be very popular, but you can only get one. I would go Gawn. Just saves you some cash, and that could be really helpful later in the year. Magpies currently have 2 upgrades and 275 in the bank. 8 trades left. I have 2 standout options. Cherry, Horn, Francis, and Johnson, and McKercher, Meek, and Whitfield, or Cherry, Horn, Francis to McRae and Grundy. I am definitely preferring the McRae and Grundy. I think you've got yourself a clear primo guys there, where McKercher, good, but, has been inconsistent. Meek, good, but he's not Grundy and Gawn level. Whitfield, I would be eyeing off. I would be bringing him into your plans for sure. But he has a break even of 173. He's still holding that 16. So he should be able to get down to 460 odd, 450, 460. So work a way to bring in Whitfield, but I'd go your second option there, mate. Fraser, 5 trades, 2 upgrades with 250K in the bank. Looking to complete with 2 trades left, but should I hold Cherry or trade him and only finish with 1 trade left? Yeah, it's a very similar question. What I'm thinking, my gut feel is to hold him. Because look at the carnage that we've got in 1 week. 3 guys that we could trade in 1 week. I just think it'd be really handy to have that extra trade later in the season. Look, it depends what you're aiming for. If you're aiming for leagues, maybe it depends how you can, where you're positioned in the ladder. If you're going for overall, you probably trade him. But we've got the flex there for a reason. Years gone by, we'd be contemplating, do I cop a 0 or not? Of course not. But the flex allows us to go 22 best scorers out of 23. Now we're just back to best 22 of 22, which has always been. Yeah, we lose that safety net, but think about if you've got say you're in the grand final or a prelim final against your best mate, and Connor Rosie's out for a week with a hand injury, like he is this week. Right now we just hold him. But if it's a prelim, you're going to leagues, you're going to want that one trade. You're going to want that one trade. And guys get rested. We lost 3 blokes in 2 days. So things happen late in years when people get put in for surgery early. Guys get rested because that top 9 is very clear cut. Like, I feel like this could be a season where top 4, top 2 gets locked away early, particularly top 2. We could see a lot of restings. We could not, but my gut feel is hold. Luke is going, well, who do you reckon finishes 9th? I wish there were more teams in contention for finals. Yeah, it's strange year the way it's panned out. Who do I think finishes 9th? Look, without looking at their runs home, I will go the Dockers without knowing the run home, though. Definitely would, mate. Definitely would. Trade out candidates. Hamstring. Oh, yeah, we changed up with Howe. Yeah. Nah, thanks, Logan. Look, not too many would have Howe, that's for sure. But definitely Miller. Potentially, certainly the one is Martin. That's definitely popular one for sure. So it's a shocking time to get injured, isn't it? Particularly for the long termer. Martin's probably going to miss next year as well. So it's a good options here. Goulden, yeah, I agree with that. Josh Dacos, he is in some serious form. He's gone better than I thought, actually. But yeah, I really love Goulden. Just hoping Goulden just chills out a little bit because I'd love to select him at a reasonable price next year as well. Thanks for that, mate. Luke, even though the 9 teams in contention, the team that misses will be very stiff. Yeah, it will. It will. And I think it will be very, very stiff for sure. And it's a big headline either way, isn't it? Like, say the Dockers miss, it's like, guys, we were talking top 4. If it's the Dogs, the list is outstanding. If it's the Giants, like, we should have been more advanced than this. If it's Hawthorn, geez, we've taken a step back. Like, yeah, it's big calls for whoever finishes 9th. Luke has a big call. Essendon don't win another game for the rest of the year. Then all of a sudden, Brad Scott gets sacked. Gee, it'd be tough, wouldn't it? It'd be pretty harsh to sack him with an injury list like this. I mean, it's not impossible. Sometimes people get impatient, but yeah. Is Houston out as well? Jeez, I'm out of the loop, clearly. Luke, yeah, but Gawn isn't really contending for finals, but Grundy is, so that's my main drive. Yeah, fair. Look, it can work both ways. Like, I mean, if the Swans, I don't even know. Look, the Swans, they're 2 games behind and percentage. I don't think the Swans can make it. Look, if the Swans drop 1, they're done, and then they're in the same position as Melbourne. So I wouldn't base it on that. I'd definitely base it more around what your overall side needs and what that extra money could do. If it's not going to make a big difference, if you're not going to get a rookie to a premium, maybe for bench cover, then it probably doesn't matter. But if it's just excess cash, doesn't matter. But if it can make a genuine difference, because having a good player on your bench could be helpful, even if it is just James Sicily, it could help you if he catches form. Riley had Cherry Flex. My only 2 options are Libba or George Hewitt. Probably prefer Libba, but yeah, both pretty consistent options. Yep, 100%, mate. 100%. Riley had Cherry. Oh, yeah, we mentioned that. Yanko, personally, I think Josh Dacos has a better season than Nick. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Like, he's probably been more consistent. Like, we obviously judged Nick very harsh and we have high standards on him. Feel like Nick's had a bit more of an up and down season. He'll still be right up there in the Brownlow because he's had those big 3-vote games. But, yeah, hasn't been as good of a year as last year for Nick. John, should I get Grundy and a 119k player or Meek and a 400-ish k player? I think Grundy and the 119. Like, you're not going to get much worthwhile out of the 400. Probably depends if you got to field this 119k rookie and who it is, but generally speaking, yeah, there's not much great around 400k, so I'd just be going with the known commodity, which is Grundy, and you can trust that plenty. We're up to here, are we? Yes, yes. Heard lots of people trading Horn Francis and Mills for Grundy and a rookie you like. Definitely on Horn Francis. I probably wouldn't trade Mills. Like, we're copping all these guys out. I probably wouldn't trade a guy who's in. Yes, I know he's out of form, but yeah, I'd be hesitant to trade guys who are in. But having said that, I'm thinking about doing Tom DeConing. So I'm weighing up in my head, like, is it better to have DeConing scoring for the next 3 weeks, but only scoring 80s and then being an issue in a few, like for the last month? Or do I go DeConing do I go Cherry to Gorn or DeConing to Gorn? You know, it's like, all right, short-term pain, but I feel like I've said that so long. What's going to annoy me more, like having to wait Cherry for 3 weeks or having to suffer through DeConing being second ruck for 7 weeks? Like, DeConing versus Grundy, am I going to lose 40 points a week, 50 points a week? Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure what's worse. I'm sick of him, but I'm like, is this a rage trade? I don't know. Probably holding DeConing when he was out. It's probably the worst move I've had for the year. There's a few, but it's probably been the worst. At the time, I was a big believer in him. Really felt like he was the key guy, the main guy. But then his form dropped off, and now he's sharing it. It's been a disaster. Logan Essendon had a massive injury blow. 16 players sidelined, including Caddy, Hobbs, Setterfield, Nick, Martin, and more. Debutant Liam McMahon likely to join. Well, there you go, mate. He's coming with the news, mate. We love that. Good stuff. Hold Cherry. Oh, yeah, we did answer that. Thank you, Luke. Hayden, looking for pod. So trading X or Cherry, who is flex at the moment. Liking Lockie Ash, Dusty Cameron, Ed Richards will leave me with one trade. Yeah, I'm not sure on their ownership percentages, but in terms of, I really like Ed Richards. I don't know if he is pod worthy. He probably is because you put him in there. So, yeah, probably like Richards, but they're all very good options there. I'd love to see Sydney in the finals, but I'd be shocked if they do. Yeah, I mean, we've got 7 games left, and they're basically 3 games out of it. Very hard to make up. You know, they are, well, they're not going to make up the Dogs percentage, but even Freo, they're 15 percentage points behind Freo and 3 games. So I personally can't see the Swans making it. Maybe the mathematicians might see a way, but I can't. Jason, got to bring in a forward for under 480. Thoughts on Baker? He's been pretty consistent this year, except for the odd game. No, I'd steer clear of Baker. Look, let me just see. I reckon we've seen a bit of a role change from Baker, which he has been consistent, but I know there was a game where he did play forward. Let me just check for you what he's doing, heat map style. So if we go 2 weeks ago against the Giants, yes, there was definitely a game where he played predominantly forward. I'm sure of it. No, it wasn't that one. Look, mate, maybe he did play some time because there's some heat maps here in the forward 50. Yeah, don't know. But personally, I probably wouldn't. 480. What do we got? Have you got Petrarca? Where's Pickett at? He's about 490, isn't he? Pickett. Yeah, I probably prefer Petrarca over Baker. Would be my gut feel on that one, mate. Peyton, I have to go Grundy. Nah, fair call. I think a lot of people be in that boat, that's for sure. Riley, I bloody got pissed off that with what Grundy was doing, so I traded Jordan Clark and Angus Clark to Grundy and 99k rookie. If I held off a week, could have just easily done that, but with Cherry instead. Oh, mate. Yeah, Jordan Clark, he was not a trade, but that's a frustrating one, mate. It has been a cruel season, and that is a cruel blow, mate. Here we go. Tiger Rewald. Cherry, good to hold. Flexes there for a reason. Yeah, I tend to agree, mate. Look, the more I think about it, the more I'm in that camp. Because we got to change our mindset and be like, we're not carrying a zero. We are fielding 22 players like we have every other year. The flex is giving us that flexibility. Yes, there might be times where it could take away that safety net of cancelling out our 23rd worst score. But yeah, I'm feeling like he's a hold. Depending on your situation. If you've got heaps of trades and you're well organised, use them. But for me, I think it's a hold. Luke, how do you reckon the margin could get, or how big? I think I did my tips before. I think I tipped them by about 37, but I could up that because, yeah, they are so young. Fraser, fuck, I would love it if the Hawks miss the 8. Yeah, mate. Wouldn't see me too shattered either, mate, as a Cats man. Josh, I'm so lucky I am already in finals. Had Horn Francis, Cherry, Martin, but no trades. My biggest mistake this year was I thought about it, but passed on Grundy at 539. Yeah, mate. And similar to me, like I looked at Rowan Marshall for deconing, and I know Marshall hasn't been perfect, but gosh, he would have been far better than bloody TDK, that's for sure. Yeah, that's good. Poor Benny Hobbs, hey? Poor Benny boy. Riley. So when's the team lockout lift for next year? Yeah, I know. Uncle Acker, what's going on, mate? Yeah, you're right there, Riley. I'm already thinking about it. I'm already thinking who I might start. And that's when you know you're just about checked out. Lukey boy, if the Dogs finish 9th, Kane Courts will murder Lukey Beveridge, I know. Yeah, Kane has a few set agendas and set angles, doesn't he? And that is definitely one of them. Riley, Grundy double ton this week with whoever North brings in. I feel like it's a fair chance. I don't even know who they've got. I feel like is Taylor Goad their young ruckman, but I don't even know. I feel like he was injured too. North supporter will have to tell me. Matt, is Brody Grundy worth the money? Legit 6 easiest games for him on the run home. I think he is. It's all a balancing act for sure. So some people will be able to afford it more than others. But yeah, it's something that I can't afford, to be honest. Like, I could get him, but I'm not going to complete my team. So there'll be others that might make that choice and choose something different. But yeah, it's a shocker of a year. Flag Hawk, I have 23 primos plus bench cover, 4 trades and 3.5k. Should I trade Horn, Francis, and TDK to Grundy and Harvey? Is it worth going down to 2 trades, or is it worth going? And is it worth going? Yeah. I would do that, mate. If you've got a complete side and 4 trades, I think that's what the trades are there for. Particularly with TDK. Joshua Shorty, did you catch the last game of the Aussies? West Indies all out for 27? Yes, I did. I saw him. Well, I haven't seen much of it, aside from like KO replays and stuff. But yeah, that was crazy, mate. Like Stark and Boland just going through him. Like, and Boland's hat trick, was that like the most low-key hat trick celebration you've ever seen? He's taking the hat trick and he's just like, he's a low-key guy, Scotty. He is a low-key guy. There's no doubt about that. Good to get the dub, but I don't know. I'm not convinced about our form, mate. I think it could be a tough Ashes series coming up. That batting lineup is going to face some different challenges for sure. Yeah, we mentioned that one earlier. Mentioned that. Jack, I really don't want any Carlton players. Cherry is currently getting looped with McCarthy. That's how much I don't trust Carlton. Yeah, I know. Who could blame you, mate? The Blues are just all over the shop. They have had a stinker of a year. Gee, there's a big gap between some of the good sides and the bad sides. William, Errol Goulden, Zach Butters, Luke Jackson, Caleb Strong, Jordan Dawson, Liam Henry got 349 in the bank. Who should I hold, trade, or upgrade? Well, definitely Henry, mate. Liam Henry is the clear play there. All the others are holds. You know, Luke Jackson, you might have a slight frustration with sharing the ruck with Darcy, a couple of 80s, but, you know, I'd be looking at trading Henry. 349K should give you plenty of options. Maybe it's a Tommy Green. Maybe it's an Andy Brayshaw, Ed Richards. But you should have options for sure. Magpies, about 20K in rank, so giving up on all that. I'm all in the leagues. Pretty much have final spot in both of mine. Can do Johnson and Horn Francis to Grundy and Harvey. Then would have Cherry, Gawn, Grundy in finals. Wow, nice. Yeah. I like that. And I think that's a good play. Not sure what he's talking about here, and neither is he. But, yeah, I think that's a good play. 20K, Grundy, Harvey. Yeah, I like that, mate. I like that. Archie, what rookies should I try to get? Probably Cooper Harvey's the only one, really. I'll have a look at some of the break-evens now, but fair to say my mind has been not really thinking about the rookies. It's been thinking about all these other bloody primo trades I'm trying to do. But, yeah, Cooper Harvey, George Stevens on the bubble but was subbed off. Roan Steele, but job security has to be questionable. Yeah, there's not much at all. Will Lorenz, but he started sub as well. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty much just Cooper Harvey, mate. Cooper Harvey. Oh, yes, we did touch on this. Cameron, what's up, mate? Surely hope you're well. Short and sweet. One trade left. Rank 395 trade or hold Cherry. Hold, mate. If you got one trade left and you're that rank, hold. Use the flex to its full advantage, mate. This is what we should be using it for as well. Luke, how would you rate this season out of 10? Oh, mate, from a Supercoach, I'd give it personally a 1 or a 2. Like, I can't remember worse. Like, it has been a stinker, an absolute stinker. Jason, are we thinking that Zach Johnson is sub again tomorrow? Really need him to score decent because he is best 22. Oh, look, so hard to tell because there's so many options as the sub. Like, you'd have to think it'd be unlucky. Like, there's so many young players in there. You'd have to think he'd be unlucky. Like, you got Oscar Smart. You know, even Guelphy, could he be a sub option? They've got McMahon, but he's on debut. You know, they've got Perkins, who's been sub a bit. Lual, you know, he's been playing for a bit. Clark's got to be, you know, so hard to predict the sub. Like, sometimes it's just like the youngest or the fringe player. And then sometimes it's, you know, Scott Pendlebury or, you know, even someone like Perkins, which has like been a surprise in the past. So, yeah. At least it's the first game of the round, so we'll know early and we'll be able to make a decision with it all in front of us. Hold Cherry this week and then trade to Gawn next week, says Archie. I think you may as well just pull the trigger now. I think if you're going to trade him, just do it now because Gawn, he could score 130 and you're probably only going to save 10K. Like, I think the points are important at this stage. But if you want to hold him all the way through, you could definitely do that as well. What to do with Angus Clark? Haven't really looked at Angus Clark for a while. I would imagine he falls in that category of if you can upgrade him, do it. He's at 233. Oh, 22. Okay. He's probably in that position of you're either holding him as last ditch sort of cover, worst case scenario sort of stuff, or you try and upgrade him to look. If you got a spare 160k lying around, just chuck him over to James Sicily if you can. Flag Hawk, hey Shorty at resort near Uluru, but lucky not to have any night tours, so we have snuck on and I'm enjoying. Have a look at that. The bloke's in Uluru and he's like, you know what I'll do? I'll tune in old man Shorty. Yes, I have got the call up, mate. I have got the call up. Yes, that's a good point, though. He will, won't he? Riley got 3 trades left, thinking of holding Cherry, trade Martin and Boxall to Gawn and a rookie. Just start McCarthy, D6. Not sure, though. I like the holding of Cherry. Look, McCarthy's holding up as a D6. You guys might have heard me and my feelings around. I think there's better options at D6, clearly, but given these crazy scenarios we've found ourselves in, it's not the worst. I definitely think getting in Gawn's a great call for sure. Voss has got to get sacked. Well, I think they'll be feeling like we've sacked a lot of coaches. Like, is it worth sacking another? It might be the old Dimmer approach. Do we just change the assistant coaches and everything around him, or do we just move on Voss? But yeah, I know, 100% Magpies. Look, I'm happy to stick with Constas. It's just a pity that there's no one really beating the door down. I think McSweeney's going all right, but yeah, I've got faith in him and Green, but they're just young. They need time. They need experience. So he doesn't agree, but yeah, there it is. He's our very own. Playcock finished team and bench cover. Yeah, we definitely answered this one, I think. I like it. Baz, I got 2 trades left. Do you reckon it's worth going Cherry to Grundy, then Nick Martin to Josh Dacos? Oh, 2 trades left. If you've got 2 trades, I'd be doing the Nick Martin one, but I'll be holding 1 trade for the rainy day. We've got 7 weeks to get through. You're going to need at least 1 trade. Chuck Cherry in the flex. At least we know he's coming back. That is super random, and we'll say 1,224, mate. Luke, yeah, I saw that. I wish it was me. Benny Wilson, g'day, Shorty. Should I trade Cherry and TDK to Gawn and 524 play? If so, who? Or trade Cherry and Clark to Grundy and 99k Rook? With 4 trades left. Definitely TDK. I'd almost be leaning towards the first one. 524, what can you get? $524 in the ruck. What's that going to get us? Probably not Stacks. Can't even. Oh, Nank. Oh, it'd have to be Nankervis. That is a tough one. Does it have to be? Let us know. Does it have to be a ruck at the 524? Jack, I'm in a similar boat to you, Shorty. If I grab Gawn instead of Grundy, I still have money to grab someone for Dewar or Clay Hall. They still maybe have some money. Yeah, 100%. I'm right there with you with the exact same guys, Dewar and Hall. Like, they have actually been sneaky good cash cows late in the year, and I still want to try and upgrade, Rosie in a couple of weeks, or, just whoever I can. But Luke, how many episodes have you watched the agenda setters? Oh, not many. I haven't even watched one full one, mate. I'm a bit of a 360 and first crack kind of guy. Yes, hopefully Ben's answered around that 524. Last season was my first, and I finished 8K and barely knew what I was doing. While this year I'm 33K. Yeah, isn't that wow? That, and even some people make YouTube channels about it and finish 30K. So that's great. But it's been a shocker year. Honestly, sometimes knowing even more, we analyze it so much, and yeah, it gets hectic. Magpies, you gotta love Shorty each week. I just want 10 weeks when I feel good about my team. I just went no, yeah. I know. And I thought I had it last week. I thought, all right, we've been through this shit. I finally feel good. Rosie's going to drop. Sicily Bob's up. I'm like, all right, we're going to get 6 weeks. We're finally going to get gone. And then it just all turned pear-shaped. Gosh. I just want 5 weeks now. Just give me 5 good weeks. I just want 1 week where I score 2,700 and feel good about myself. Jesus. Joshua, I have 5 trades left. Out Cherry and the Horny Man in Grundy and wildcard Jack Martin. Interesting. Look, it's a bit late on Martin, I will admit, but I mean, he is playing well. And you've got the trades to do it. So nicely done. Luke, if I was Carlton coach, I would have quit last week and have a caretaker start against Brisbane. Look, it's definitely not in Vossi's nature to quit. I know that much. But Flaghawk, do I downgrade to get Grundy and have to refield McCarthy? It's really just your own philosophy on this one. Personally, I would prefer someone else at D6. But then it's like Grundy's got this insane run. You're just going to lose out badly on points with everyone else having Grundy. I'd probably just say get him. Just get him. Probably got to take into account how many trades you've got left, how many other upgrades. I'm pretty sure you said it in the past. I'm pretty sure you said you were complete. But, yeah, that one probably just comes down to your own faith in him. Horn Francis replacement can be anyone. Okay. Then I would do that, and I'll give you a player. I think the best Horn Francis replacement would be probably Pickett. I think Pickett, if you can afford him, obviously he's a bit more expensive, but what are we looking at? 524. I think Caleb Sarong, not the worst. I know he hasn't had the best few weeks, but he's dropped into a nice range. McRae, far from the worst. Lockie Neal, consistent. Well, frustrating at times, but consistent over the years. Tom Stewart's lurking around. I would do Sarong. If you can do Sarong, I'd do that. McRae's a very safe bet as well. bit harsh. Tiger Rewald, I don't know what he said there, but what have you made of 360 this season? Yeah, I've liked it. I think Gary and Jared team up pretty well, actually. I quite like it. Cash Train going all in on Humphrey for Horn Francis. Now that Tuki's out, should get at least 70% CBAs. Yeah, fair play. And I don't mind that at all. Like he was he's had some big moments throughout the year, and I think that will equate. Look, we saw his centre bounces. He had a season high. So I think that's a pretty decent call. I think that's a good call. Graz, Shorty, I lost here in Shorty Supercoach 10 last week. Thought I was going to get the win after Joshy Dacos endorsement massive, but Bailey Smith captain ruined me. Oh, I think you mentioned that earlier, or someone else did. Mate, that is a killer. Look, I'm just hoping to make some finals. I'm just hoping to have some success late in the year, guys. Give Shorty some love. Hawksy, there are a lot of disgruntled Jordan Butts owners out there. Yeah, I know. Benny Hobbs, Jordan Butts. Oh, it's all happening, mate. Jack had a mate, Captain Nick Martin, last week, and he's deleted the app. He was coming top 500s, back the dummy. Scored a 2,100, dropped to 5K. Oh, mate. I'll take 5K. Send me the details, mate. I'll take the team over. Oh, geez. Baz, best Nick Martin replacement can go anyone but Grundy. Well, if we're going anyone, I mean, clearly Zach Butters if you don't have him, but Noah Anderson in fine form. Probably one that's just come into consideration late. Errol Goulden. Tom Green I like as a really consistent point of difference. But yeah, of course, Butters, Bont, Anderson. Not telling you anything you don't know there. Gorn, of course. Slight point of difference with Big Goulden and Tom Green without knowing their ownerships. But hopefully that helps, mate. Travis ranked in the top 40. Is it too risky to go down to 0 trades to get Grundy or save one trade and go to Gawn? I'd go to Gawn. Save the trade. You might cop some pain early, but I reckon if you're in the top 40, I reckon you'll make up some points later in the year when other people have gone too hard. They're on 0 trades. That one extra trade might help you. Sure, it's Sino. I know, mate. How good, Hoodie T. Look, I don't know what to make of him after the little the drug situation, but yeah. Look, I don't mind. I don't mind Sinner and Alcaraz rivalry. It's coming along very, very nicely. Mate, come in and join me, brother. Hawksy, no, to all the Horn Francis and Martin owners, don't worry, I'm okay. I don't own them, but just want to let everyone know I'm doing all right. What's happening, Tawley? Not much, mate. How are you? What's been going on, mate? We're back from lawn. We're just cruising. Hope you're well, mate. Travis, watching Grundy go 200 this week is going to hurt. I know. That's the thing. Like, I can't afford him. I cannot afford him. And it is going to be tricky. I mean, I could get him. I could, but it's going to be like at the detriment of some other things. So it's just, it has been a tough season. It has been a very, very tough season. There's no doubt about that. Jack's so rattled he can't even type. Look, we are in the midst of a house war. So look, there's every chance we get attacked tonight. But we'll defend the honor. We'll defend the honor. Magpie's favorite spot to have your eyebrows waxed. I had a nice little massage today, actually. I'll tell you what, I was feeling quite relaxed. No happy ending, not one of those ones, but I'll tell you what, quite relaxing, actually. Luke, how much money would you have to be paid to watch the entire Richmond Essendon game? Oh, mate. I turned that off very quickly. I'll tell you what, I was not contemplating that. Absolute shocker. Hawksy, Jack, I'm 100 meters away. I'm rapidly approaching your location. See, Hawksy's going to take him down, mate. Matthew, Martin, and Horn Francis owners in draft, but Classic got away with it. Nice. First in the cash league. Lovely. Yeah. Hold on for the cash there. That definitely hurts in draft, though. I've got Horn Francis in draft as well. Has he been absolutely ruled out? Absolutely ruled out. See, there you go, Jack. You mess with me, you mess with Hawksy as well, bro. I heard you'd had a massage. Jeez. Jack, you can give me a massage anytime, brother. Like, if you want to get the oils, mate, yeah, I'll get down to my underwear for you, brother. Just come on in. Luke, luckily Freo Hawks is on at the same time. Yeah, I know. It was good, wasn't it? That was a good game for sure. Good game for sure, that one. We actually had some really good games over the weekend, which was nice. Gold Coast Collingwood was an absolute ripper. Absolute ripper. We probably won't be too far off starting the quiz, to be honest. Because, yeah, I know most people, it is more about 9 o'clock for the quiz, but later in the year, we're sort of getting through the questions a bit quicker, not as many. Look, they are teeing up pretty well. Look, I was listening to a podcast the other day, and Lions dramatically changed their style over the last 6 weeks, apparently. I don't know if it's been noticeable to the eye, but apparently a lot less of this sort of short, sharp, slower kick mark build-up. Not that it was slow, but just the kick mark. And really going a bit more direct to goal. That's what my man at Champion Data was telling me. But Riley is Gawn best flex option under fiver. Absolutely. Gawn at the price is one of the best options going around. Saints fees. Yeah, that was, mate. Gee, I was pissed off. I tipped the Saints. I need to make up some tips, and I'd nailed Gold Coast. I'd nailed bloody something else. I nailed Freo. I was feeling good about myself, and I thought, you know what? I reckon the Saints will be up. Bloody Papley's out. Amadi's out. Sometimes the Saints could just be up and about at Marvel, but no. Fucking hell. I was genuinely pissed off. Like, when a tip just ruins you? I was like, yeah, wasn't happy. Josh Crom winning the whole thing. Well, they could, mate. They could. They definitely could. They're dangerous as any with those weapons they have. Flagcock, hey, Shorty, do I go Horn Francis to Sicily and keep finished team, or go Horn Francis and TDK to Grundy and Harvey, then put McCarthy? I would go the second one. I'd go Grundy and Harvey, then have McCarthy, because as much as I do like Sicily, there's nothing to say that McCarthy and Sicily aren't on a level pegging. I probably would. I'd go the Grundy call, mate. I don't drink, but being a Don's man is inching me closer to becoming an alcoholic. Oh gosh, tough times, mate. Bays, what's up? Evening, lad. Just finished work now, having a nice snitty for dinner. Traded in Rosie last week. FML 3 trades left. Look, hopefully we can just hold Rosie. Should be only 1 week, but that is very frustrating. Vibes on the Cats come September. Travis, look, I feel pretty good about us. Like, I think our record against the top 9's pretty good, except for Brisbane and the Giants. We've won 6 out of 10, but the 4 losses have been to Brisbane and Giants. So obviously they do something that we struggle with and struggle to combat. But yeah, I do feel like Chris Scott's very capable of finding a way through that. But yeah, feeling okay. I wouldn't say we're, anything to be too threatening at the moment, because our last 3 weeks haven't been great. But I feel like we've got the tools there if we can overcome a bit of that. Magpie's favourite AFL journalist, commentator, expert newsreader, mine comfortably, Jared. I'm not even copying you here, mate. Jared Waitley is one of my all-time faves. No doubt about that. I do like Gary Lyon. Went off him a bit with the whole, bloody Billy Brownless stuff and everything. But I must admit, I do really like listening to him. A random one is Finey's Final Siren. A pretty random one, but not the worst. But yeah, I do like Waitley. Yeah, I love listening to Gary and Tim in the morning on SEN as well. Don't mind that. Jack Belchoker. Here we go. Hawksy, this seemed making me think dabbling in AFL fantasy as well as Supercoach isn't that bad of an idea. Look, if I didn't have the channel, I probably would. It's probably just too much to keep up with. But made a second account last week. Oh, gee. Yeah, I think that's probably not a bad call. We need it, don't we? Jake, what's your HSP order? Mine's lamb with garlic, sweet chili. Yeah, not bad. Look, I'll probably go the chicken. I'll go the chicken, mate, with the garlic sauce. Plenty of cheese on that bad boy, mate. Finey's Final Siren is exceptional. Yeah, just some loose units on there, and he just calls it as he sees it. He really does. But yeah, I like listening to Jared and Crash Craddock, like talking a bit of cricket. Don't mind that as well. But I'll get the quiz up, guys. We'll get this quiz going. I actually really like, not for any particular individuals, but I mainly listen to SEN. But what I do really like listening to as well is Triple M on a Sunday. You've got the Sunday Rub, and that's a good fun. I enjoy listening to those guys. They have a bit of fun. All right, we'll get the quiz going. If I don't say myself, I reckon a pretty good quiz this week. I had a little bit extra time, and I reckon we got ourselves a good one. 891-462. There we go. Oh, and a couple of legends just rolling into the stream. Let's have a look at this. Lukey boy, he's been here the whole time. Always funny to talk back, and it's always good listen. Yeah, when they go off, mate, 100%. Bazooki at Crunch Time was funny. I don't know if it's still going. Yeah, Crunch Time's good. I do like Crunch Time. Here's Pentos. Here we go. And J2, what's up? Happy hump day. Currently doing some humping. So how ironic. Hope you're well, Shagger. Jesus Christ, can you help a brother out? Gee whiz. Cash Train. Do you play Clash, Shorty? No, I do not. In fact, I'm not even quite sure what that is. Magpies Gaze is an Andy Marr quiz on Friday. Can't be beaten. Must listen. I must admit, I haven't really heard that. I have called up for Finey's quiz sometimes. Hawksy can probably always prioritize Supercoach and then just fantasy team on the side. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. That's a good point. I just don't like the unlimited trades. I just don't like that, to be honest. Flake, okay, surely do you listen to any Code Sports podcasts? I don't. Or what's the one with Phantom and is it DOS? I'll sometimes listen to that when they post on YouTube. Jake, do you play footy, shorty? What was your position? Not anymore. I used to play. When I was in my junior days, I was just full back, mate. Just disciplined, just locking down. But probably seniors, more so on a wing. But let's not kid ourselves. Shorty was just playing resis. We were just playing resis, mate. We love having a kick, but we're nothing too impressive there. I see. I did not realize. Nah, don't. Sorry, mate. I mean, I'm on Gridley, though. I love playing a bit of Gridley each day. Riley, mate, your Lamar Jackson edit was pretty elite. Yeah. Oh, the students at school have a bit of fun with that. They do. J2, wish I could help you going on a first date this Saturday. First since becoming a single again, like a kid in a candy shop again. Oh, mate, let me know how it goes. What are you doing for your first date? What do you got? Yeah. I enjoy that. Enjoy that a lot. Pentos, hey, Shorty, how you going, mate? I'm good, mate. How are you? Who's the best cherry replacement? Got gone in last week. Would D. Cameron be solid if I cannot afford Grundy? Yes, we've been talking a lot about actually holding him because that's what the flex is there for, you know. But if you are set on trading, Darcy Cameron would be my call there as well. If you want to join the quiz, mate, we'll start. Gee, some legends rolling in. Pufferfish. We'll have a look at this. Hanno never rated fantasy, but gave it a go this year. And this time of year, it's fun being able to trade your primos around. Yeah, probably brings a different element of strategy in that. But yeah, I don't know. I've just been a Supercoach lad from way back, I suppose. JCD, imagine having 10 trades left right now would be beautiful. What, is that you, mate? Shorty, what are your plans for grand final day when the Pies knock the Cats up? Oh, here we go, mate. No, mate, I'm feeling good about my Catters, all right. But I wish I had 10 trades, though. Surely you don't have 10 trades. That'd be right. Wing to run away from the footy. Do some cardio up and down the wings. Yeah, mate. The amount of times you get caught in between the plays, shocking. Clash of Clans is I don't play any games, mate. Sorry, a bit dull there. Puffer Fish, g'day, short stuff. Just joining the people talking about Lamar Jackson. Yeah, mate. I've been talking about it. Oh, jeez. There's the quiz code if you guys want to join in. Come on, we've only got 13 in there. Come on, get in there. There's 39 of you. Oh, come on, join the quiz. Get around it. Come on. Going to this Italian wine bar joint. So hopefully I can get myself smashed together, a bit of courage, and smash down a pizza, and then make a fool of myself. I like it, mate. I like it. You know, it's pretty solid option. Get a couple of cocktails going. You'll be fine, mate. You'll be fine. You sound like a fairly charismatic guy, mate. Phantoms, buy, hold, sell. Look, I haven't seen him this week, unless you're talking about the general philosophy of it. I like it, but I haven't seen what he's been doing this week. Yeah, fair play. Can you drop the link for the quiz, mate? I can. So quiz, you just go. So it's on Kahoot. Just jump in there, mate. Or you can probably Google it or something. But yeah, feel free to jump in. Probably start in 5 minutes or something. Thoughts on the cricket yesterday? Windies in a bit of strife. Yeah, look, they're just not international level, really. I mean, quite ridiculous. I feel like the Aussies aren't even playing that great. They're bowling amazing. Like the West Indies batting lineup is awful, and our strong suit is our bowling. Chuck a pink ball in there as well, and you get a 27. But I didn't exactly feel with confidence heading into the Ashes. But Yeah. No, I think the West Indies is a bit sad. Everyone always talks about, oh, Malcolm Marshall, Curtly Amber, like, um, but yeah, it's a long way since those guys. Thoughts on it? Where can I find Lamar Jackson? Oh, I'm sure someone will find it for you. Jason, pick one shorty, Prime Paul Chapman or oh gosh, that's tough. You've got to go. I think Stevie J. They're both insane finals performers. Stevie J maybe slightly more entertaining, did the freakish a bit more, but I used to love Paul Chapman midfield version. The midfield version and kicking goals. If I needed a bloke to snap for my life, it's Steve Johnson. If I needed a set shot, goal down in a final, Paul Chapman's my guy. Shorty pick one, Errol Steinberg or Josh Bootsma. A couple of real gridley names there. I'll see if she has a mate for you, then we can go on a double date. But instead of going home with a chick, each other we ditch them and go home together. I thought I'm all for that. It's like, so ladies, what are you doing after this? We're like, oh, we'd be keen. It's like, we're kicking the Sharon at the local oval. So unless you're kicking the footy, Dale, that could be a play. Ladies, do you mind film? We've got a bit of a head-to-head goal kicking comp going on. Do you mind filming that? They get a bit nervous when the cameras would come out. That's a bit forward for a first date. No, it's goal kicking. It's goal kicking. Why'd you bring a tripod? Are you referring to me or my filming equipment? Yeah, true. Bowling. Their bowling is actually pretty good. Yeah, I agree. The top order needs some serious work, which I think the work's being done. Like, I think Constas and I think Green, I think they'll come through, but it's just going to take time. Yes. Yeah, I'm going to try and go to that, actually. Marley Williams. I'll go Marley. JCD, Paul Chapman, bald head with the socks up, running through the guts, kicking down Tom Hawk. Yeah, 100%, bro. How good. James Quilt, real sort of Sam Gilbert vibes. Yes, that's actually an idea. Maybe we can do strip goal kicking. Yeah, don't mind that. All right, look, we got 12 in the quiz. So somehow I plugged it and we lost one. So I think we'll start it. Yes, mate. Kahoot's on right now, bro. It's on right now, mate. Matt, do you want to join? Let me know. I will put the code up for you. All right, let us know, Matt, if you want to join. I'll give you a minute. All righty. We'll start it off, guys. What do we got? We got 14. Matt's in. Fantastic. Let's start it. All righty. Question 1. How many disposals did Josh Dacos have in the final quarter against Gold Coast? 16, 15, 14, or 13? Correct. 16 is right. Did pretty nicely there, actually. Cool. What do we got? Tiger Rewalt, Graz, Strong Army, Hanno, and Tizio 100 in 5th. Question 2. Aaron Cadman booted a career high how many goals on the weekend? 7, 6, 5, or 4? And I did not enjoy seeing these go through either, I must admit. Didn't enjoy at all. There it is. 6 is correct. So it won't be too much of a change here. Oh, Graz got in nice and quick. Bazo, Strong Army, Tigerell, and Tizio 100. He's in 5th. Which of these pies has not played for Sydney? What? You're not coming in, sir. I'm doing my quiz. I'll be out shortly. You have entered when you are not allowed to enter. Ned Long is correct. Darcy Cameron, just about forgot he was in there. So Shorty's mum is hot. Is the highest climber. Graz, Tiger Rewald, Shorty F6, Tizio 100, and Bazzo in 5th. Question 4. Taj Houghton debut for the Tigers on Saturday night. What number was he drafted? 9, 12, 13, or 7? Boom, he was number 12. Few went 13, so there we go. Any movement? Pentos, he's on a streak. And he's into 5th. Look out. Graz is on top. Shorty F6, Bazzo, and Tiger Rewalt. Wouldn't it be something if Pentos took it out? That'd be wild. How many goals did the Crows' big 3 forwards kick combined? Thilthorpe, Fogarty, and Walker on the weekend. A lot know the big bag that Thilthorpe kicked, but how many did the others kick? Combined 13, 11, 12, or 10. So a bit of a split between 11 and 12. Thilthorpe 6, and then it was a 3 and a 2 from the other lads. Shorty's Fluffer has a streak of 5, and they're into 5th. Graz, he's on top. Bazzo moves into 2nd. Luke Libber, he's into 4th. Question 6. Cooper Harvey booted 4 goals on the weekend. How many goals did his dad kick in his career? 418, 597, 518, or 466? Pretty good start to the career from Cooper too. Just a bag 4 in you. Oh, it was well split. So this might shake him up. It was 518. Shorty F6. He has a 6-answer streak and he goes to the top. Luke Libber, he's in a 2nd. Shorty's Fluffer. Tizio 100 and Graz. He got that one wrong. He's down to 5th. He'll be hoping to look. He'll be working his way back though. The Swans produced a clutch last quarter to ruin my footy tipping. How much did they trail by at 3/4 time? How many points? 13, 17, 7, or 10? How did we go here? It was, in fact, 13 points. Shorty's Fluffer. He's got 7 in a row, but somehow dropped. Lukey Libber moves to the top. Grazzy's back up to 2nd. He didn't muck around. Shorty F6 down to 5th. Tizio 100 into 3rd. So a lot of fluctuations. Still anyone's game in that top 5 or 6. Which player, that should be player, produced these stats over the weekend? 32 touches, 2 goals, 12 clearances, and 13 tackles. Who had that stat sheet over the weekend? Boom. They weren't mucking around there. It was, in fact, Matt Rao. Luke Libber, he's just 5 points clear of Graz. Very tight. Shorty's Fluffer's 3rd, Shorty F6 and Tizzy 100. So Luke Libber, he's nailed 8 questions in a row. Question 9. Of these superstar rucks, the highest individual possession count for a game is 36. Gathered by who? All these guys have had 30-plus touches in their career as their highest one, but one man is the leader on 36. Dean Cox. So it's split between Grundy and Cox. So this might shake things up. Strong Army. He's the highest climber, but Graz is back to the top. Shorty's Fluffer. Shorty F6. Luke Libber and Bazzo into 5th. 3 questions left. Graz has worked his way back up nicely. Of these former Carlton players, which played the most games at the Blues? All these guys started at the club and moved elsewhere. Or Jared Waite, yeah, he did start at the Blues, didn't he? I'm pretty sure he did. It was Bryce Gibbs. Few had Jared Waite in there. I thought it might have tricked a few with Chris Judd, but Tizzy 100, he's into 4th. No change otherwise. Graz has a little bit of a buffer up the top there. Reckon he's won a few quizzes too, Graz. Question 11. Which of these players was not the sub over the weekend? Caleb Poulter, George Stevens, Caleb Windsor, or Noah Long? 3 of them had to start as sub. Who did not? Ooh, bit of a split between Noah Long and George Stevens. Graz, he didn't get it right. So Shorty's F6 has caught right up. This will come down to the last one. Question 12. It's a long question. Noah Anderson's running goal. Bang wins the clearance. Bang hands it off. Gets it back. Probably the biggest goal ever kicked at that ground. But who handed it to him? Who was that little link in the chain? Was it Sam Closey, Ben Ainsworth, Braden Fiorini, or Lockie Weller? Probably would have seen the highlights many a time, but even I had to watch it back. You're just so fixated on Anderson. But for those with a keen eye, you'll know it was Lockie Weller, and only 3 got it right. Most went Fiorini, so there you go. This could go anyway. Who were the 3? Has someone swooped in getting that question right? Shorty's Fluffer is 3rd. Shorty F6 is 2nd. And I reckon Graz, he's held up both, got it wrong. So there you go. There you go. Nicely done, Graz. Pentos, Tizio 100. So Pentos might have got that last one right to scream into the top 5. But yeah, let's have a look. All righty. Full report. I'm going to have to exit here soon, guys, too. Jack's over. I'm in the midst of a house war. Going to have to keep an eye on him. But Graz, Shorty F6, Shorty's Fluffer, Pentos, Tizio 100, Luke Libber, Bazzo, Tiger Rewalt, Strong Army, Shorty's mum is hot. Connor, Mitch, McCuzza. Also, a few joined in late. Nice. We love that. Good stuff. Good stuff. Congrats, mate. Congrats. Yes, nicely done, mate. Well played. Nice work. Nice work. Thank you, mate. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. 4th. Nice, mate. He was a flopper. All the best for the date, mate. Go well. I'm going to rock and roll and see what old mate's come over for. See what mischief's he up to. But he's the one I've been pranking. I've been pranking him. This could be revenge here, guys. All right. What's he got here? Shorty, mate, that was a bit of an unfair quiz in the UK at the moment for cricket, so not watching much footy. Oh, no. Mate, well, enjoy it, bro. That's not a bad place to be. Have a good time, mate. I'll see you guys all soon. We'll have the preview of the round tomorrow night, and I'll finally decide on me trades. But until then, until next Wednesday, talk to you soon. Cheers, guys. Thanks for all the questions, the comments. Appreciate it.